There's a changing landscape in college athletics. That's really, I think, as we all know, has been driven by college football. We've had over the years a lot of rivalries fall off of the map. Penn State was an old rival of ours, and boy, we haven't played them for years. Virginia Tech was a great rival of ours, particularly for folks in the southern part of our state, and Tech's off of our schedule and has been for a number of years. And the same thing will happen with Pittsburgh as we go into the new, our new conference affiliation. So, life changes, life goes on. I think as we lose old rivals, we'll pick up new rivals. As we played our inaugural Big 12 season, I think most Mountaineer fans would, point to a number of very close games, all of which were high-scoring games, of course, in our case. But we'll develop new rivals both on the football field, on the hardwood, on the baseball diamond, and it's I think just part of the change that we see taking place in intercollegiate athletics.
And I would add that I think everything Oliver said is exactly right. And I think it presents great opportunities for the future. And some of these changes have brought regions closer together. And so I think it's a new world out there. I think it's a positive thing from our perspective. And I could see it already worked as, our longtime rival that we've been playing every year, West Virginia. Look, we both are changing and we're playing right away. So it's almost like the BCS game, right? They get 1 and 2 together, right? But on a serious note, we look forward to it, and things change in life, and we understand that, and there's going to be challenges, and we think this is a great opportunity for our institution, and something that we've been able to grasp for a long time, and looking forward to it.
Second row center, Mark.
Mark Herman from Newsday. Randy, just to follow up on that, from your perspective, the landscape is so fluid, with the conference affiliations. With the Big East losing some of its traditional teams, what impact does that have on you and in this bowl game?
I think the answer is we don't know. The way these bowl games work is you sign up contracts with different conferences for a period of time. For us, it's one more year. We have one more year with the Big East and the Big 12, and then, as there always is Daryl and Oliver can tell you much better than I, things change. So the Big East and the Big 12 have been sensational, and we're very loyal partners, but we'll have to visit it a year from now and see what happens. But it's very important for us to have geographically located schools, and we'll be looking at that as we go down. But at the end of the day, when we commit to partners, so everybody's going to get the benefit of the doubt as we move forward.
Second row here.
Ed Owens, Dominion Post. Oliver, this is for you, kind of playing off something you said earlier, the inaugural Big 12 season. Now that we're at the end of that, if you could just give your thoughts on how the first year went, what your expectations were, how you feel you guys met them in year one.
Well, it was our first year, of course, and I think there was a little bit of a transition to a new conference, new venues, a little bit of a new style of play. I think ultimately to be in a position at the end of the regular season to be playing a great team like Syracuse in a bowl game like this is a tribute to the coaches and the student athletes. Just like Daryl, I'm sure I wish we could have gone 12-0 and been playing January, 4th, 5th, 6th, in the big game. But the reality is that we are not in that position. But I think overall it was a good inaugural year for us. And I think just like I'm sure Syracuse next year as it goes into the ACC, I think that we'll learn from our first year in a new conference because there is a little bit of a transition.
Standing all the way in the back left.
Scott Grayson with WV Illustrated. This is for both athletic directors. You guys have both spoken so highly of the rivalry and of the friendship between the two universities. As tough as non-conference schedules are to do, is there any discussions or plans to maybe try to renew this on the regular season schedule down the road?
Well, it's funny because Oliver and I talk on occasion, and we have talked about the fact that let's look out in the future and see when we can get together again. So I think, once again, it presents a great opportunity for us to meet new rivals, but at the same time reestablish some old ones. And so we look forward to playing West Virginia in the future.
I think what's going to be interesting for all the Division I schools is the new playoff system and how important strength of schedule is. And I think that needs to sort of play out for a couple of years before longer-term commitments are made. But certainly, if we're looking to improve our strength of schedule, playing Syracuse in the regular season is a good way to do that. So it certainly is a possibility.
We'll take one or two more if there are any questions for any members of the dais. Mark?
Randy, I just wanted to ask you to elaborate on, that the college football was so important to Mr. Steinbrenner. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit and what he used to say about college football and how he used to feel about it?
He loved it. He coached at Northwestern and Purdue. He played at Williams College. He loved it. He was very devoted to Ohio State. In fact, many times he took off one of his many World Series championship rings, and he was presented with the Ohio State national championship ring, and he used to wear it, used to put it in Derek Jeter's face all the time just to get a rise out of it. And Derek's from Michigan. And he just loved college football. And, Lon will tell you, when we designed this stadium, and the boss was driving force behind that, like in everything, he would say over and over again, how's it going to look for college football? I want to play college football there when there's no baseball. And, thanks to Mark Holtzman, who's done a tremendous job with his staff, Emily Hamill and Maureen Reedy and all of them. We're going to have college. We've had college football, great games that have been played here, and it's going to continue and grow. Hopefully, in addition to this bowl, have 2 college football games in addition every year. So, the boss loved it. Maybe if you shot him with sodium pentothal, he might even liked it a little more than baseball. I don't know. He really, really loved it.